What? Huh? Yeah. What is it good for? Well, as it turns out, basically everyone involved. Because now, WWE versus AEW is just working out for everyone. This is what they wanted. This is what they planned. This is the carnage that they were trying to inspire. And this Friday, on a lovely, lovely night of wrestling featuring Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks in one main event, and then in a main event on YouTube, Minoru Suzuki and Bryan Danielson, we, the viewer, we win the war. We win a whole damn war. Guys, we're going to win a war together. And really, isn't that the most exciting thing in the world? Hello everyone, I am Tom Colohue. I'm a pro wrestling journalist, first and foremost for the Tom Colohue channels here. Nearly misspelt my own name there. But also for PW Torch. I'm all over Twitter, as you guys know, and I'm all over a hell of a lot of other things. But right now, I'm here with you to talk wrestling with you, to get hyped for tonight. Because tonight's the night to get hype, I tell you that. Michael is already here with a hi, Tom. Hello, Michael. The user also joining and saying, hi, mate. We do indeed win, Michael. We all win. We are all the winners. I have tried once again to alter the quality slightly for the stream. And what I've landed on is even higher quality, even higher resolution. I think I've sorted the lighting issue. And the audio should be slightly louder. Should be a little bit louder. I'll have to check later to confirm, but it should be a little bit louder, and if it is, we can follow that up. Hello, noob. How the devil are you, mate? I say that way too much. I'm always talking about the devil, and it's a real problem. How the god are you? How are you? How is everyone? How is everyone on this wonderful Friday? Are we hyped? Are we excited? Are we ready for the show? Because there's three technically. YouTube and Rampage are not the same thing. So there's a lot of good to look forward to over the next night. I'm going to bust open two things. Firstly, I'm going to talk about AEW Rampage and see what it is that they've promised us. There's quite a lot that they want. I'm just going to say card. Pardon me. And let's see what we've got. Oh, we've got a preview. There we go. That'll work. The user says, are Smackdown and Rampage going head-to-head for 30 minutes? Yes, they are. They will be head-to-head for the final 30 minutes of Smackdown and the first 30 minutes of Rampage. It'll be the first head-to-head between Smackdown and Rampage. And it's a little bit crazy. It's just a tiny bit wild. Just a tiny bit wild, it really is. And that's good. That's real good. Because it means we're getting really good stuff announced. This is what we were expecting. This is what we were hoping for. Tony Khan told us he was here to fight. And he's proven that really succinctly. Because what is more here to fight than throwing everything they possibly can at it? Just throwing literally everything they possibly can. This, Rampage, not the Ray show. It's not the Ray show, but it sure as hell feels like the Ray show right now. So it's something to be really, really hyped about. Let's talk a little bit about what they've got planned. So, on the live buy-in on YouTube, they have two matches. I do believe they've announced a third. I haven't got it listed here. It was Tay Conti versus someone. I'm sure you guys will help me out on that. On the buy-in, we have announced Bobby Fish against Lee Moriarty. The big one, Bryan Danielson against Minoru Suzuki. That is very much the one everybody's been talking about from AEW. And then on the actual card itself, CM Punk will be in action against Matt Sydal. That will likely be going directly up against Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. So we'll see who the draw is. It's Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and Matt Sydal. That's a hell of a feud. Also, the Inner Circle versus Men of the Year and Junior Dos Santos. And finally, Ruby Soho versus The Bunny. Santana Garrett. Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you. Santana Garrett will be the one taking on Tay Conti on the buy-in. So they've essentially taken what should be a normal everyday Rampage and turned it into a pay-per-view. This is something they've accused NXT negatively of doing in the past. They were right. Like, they were 100% correct. But still, they've accused them of doing it in the past, and here they are doing the same thing. It's business tactics. They've abandoned the "we are a small fry." They've abandoned the "we're not a big deal." We're the underdog punching up. They've abandoned it. Now it's a case of we are throwing everything we can at WWE, and the WWE have responded. The big deal will not be at the final 30 minutes. It will be during the buy-in. The hope is that if they can get people on YouTube watching Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki, they're not going to have to worry about that final 30 minutes of SmackDown because people will have already turned off. This is not guaranteed. And being completely blunt, I don't know how likely it is, but that's definitely what they're banking on. And honestly, I wish them the best of luck with it. If you haven't yet clicked like on the video, please remember to do so. That little thumbs up underneath can make a huge difference to me in the growth of my channel. I know I ask for it every single video, but every single video it can make a real big difference, and it takes less than a second of your time. So I really do appreciate when people are doing that. We have gone up from 719 to 722 subscribers since the show yesterday, and I'm very, very grateful of you guys giving likes, clicking that subscribe button, and for any of you who've clicked the notification bell, really grateful for that as well. Michael is so excited for tonight. I'm going to be dual streaming as best I can. My internet's going to be fried because on my phone I'm going to be watching YouTube because I don't want to miss Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki. As you guys know, I'm a pretty big New Japan fan and a pretty big Minoru Suzuki fan. In fact, I call myself a bigger Minoru Suzuki fan than Bryan Danielson fan. But at the same time, I want to watch SmackDown because I've got to watch SmackDown. So I'll be doing a live stream of SmackDown. SmackDown will be on my TV. So I'll have the TV with SmackDown, which will be coming out of the PC. I will have the YouTube coming out of my phone, which will be next to the TV. Then I'll have the actual stream on Twitch. For anyone who's not aware, I stream SmackDown and Raw live watch parties every single show on Twitch. So I'll be doing that. This PC may not be ready for what I'm about to ask it to do, but it's going to be doing it. The user says, personally, based off match cards and what's to come, who do you think will get more views tonight? If I'm just going off match cards, it's WWE. That's all there is to it. They may have CM Punk, they may have Bryan Danielson, they may have Minoru Suzuki. What they don't have is Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, probably Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Edge, and, of course, Brock Lesnar. We also have a number of other things. For example, we have Carmella versus Zelina Vega. That's going to be there. But we also have the return of Sonya Deville. I think WWE have the edge, and I think they forced their own hand in making it happen. I think they've basically forced themselves into their own corner. It's good of AEW backing them into a corner. The winners tonight, as I've said many times, it's us. This is a war with no losers. Everybody wins. It's like everybody dies, but instead of everybody dies, everybody wins. Oh, I'm a bit hype, aren't I? I'm a bit hype. Please let me know how the stream's doing, if it's actually the high quality I've tried to make it, if the audio is improved. Just let me know if things are actually doing well, because I'm still experimenting with the new PC and working out what to do. I need a light a bit lower down, I think. I think that's the next step. Maybe bringing the light slightly lower, but we'll work that out as we come to it. The camera's also moved slightly, so that when I'm watching the show, it's less ignorant. But at some point I'll be doing back to gaming streams, and I'll have the green screen before me doing what I've just done. Behind me doing what I've just done. That's slightly better. Let's catch up. Michael says, Matt Sydal is not quite a big enough deal to compete with Becky and Sasha. Unfortunately, he's not. I don't think AEW have anyone who can compete with Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. And Ancestor, Bryan Danielson versus Suzuki will not clash with SmackDown. Oh, 100% it will. 100% it will. But it will clash with some of the lower down the card sort of moments on SmackDown, which aren't going to be that big an issue. So SmackDown will be weaker at that point. They're aiming to put something big against a weaker part of SmackDown to try and divert viewers away, hoping that they'll be able to keep those viewers once they're diverted. It's clever. As I've said, WWE viewers are more likely to change to AEW rather than AEW viewers changing to WWE. I expect to see a dip in the SmackDown ratings when AEW goes live. I just don't think it will be enough. I just don't think it'll be enough. Michael says it's going to take me a while to stop saying Daniel Bryan. I even said Daniel Bryanson. I like it. I like it. I think that's the case for everyone. I'm not used to saying Bryan Danielson yet. I have to take a quick breath before doing so. But it is what it is. We'll get there at some point, I'm sure. Christoph, welcome mate, says good evening to Blackpool and everyone joining. Thank you, Christoph, for welcoming everyone. I do appreciate it when we all connect with each other as well. That's something we've really got going very nicely on Twitch, and I'm hoping to bring it to YouTube too. And Anne says, I don't think Becky versus Sasha will have a clean finish. Another DNF finish would be frustrating to watch. It would be. If there's going to be a winner, like properly, it will be Sasha Banks. If there's going to be a winner, it'll be Sasha Banks. That's the only logical choice. Because I strongly believe Becky will be winning in Saudi Arabia. And this, after all, is a go-home show. This is a Saudi Arabia go-home show for Crown Jewel. So this is all about building up that triple threat match. We'll see them all on Raw again, but still. Michael agrees, I'm not so sure either one will win. I think this will be a moment when Charlotte Flair gets involved, ruins the match, everybody boos, Bianca Belair comes out, beats up Charlotte Flair, beats up Sasha Banks, beats up Becky Lynch, stands tall, holding the championship, and then loses during the actual match in Saudi Arabia. That's what I personally expect. I don't think it's a huge surprise to many people that I'm personally expecting that. But that's what I expect to see personally. Okay, so let's also go to WWE.com and pull up the SmackDown coverage that they have to see what they're saying is going to happen. It feels weird, like really, really weird, actually typing things and then they come up on my screen because I'm so used to having a terribly slow stream. Michael says, yeah, I was thinking Bianca or Charlotte or both interfere. Yeah, I definitely think so. It'll be a mess at the end, but it'll be a long match, so it'll pay off. It wouldn't surprise me too much if we ended up with a tag team match again. I don't want it, but it's WWE. I expect it. AK says, hey Tom, had a fun stream last night. How are you? I'm very, very good, thank you, AK. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream last night. I don't expect the viewership to be massive today on this YouTube stream because we did a stream yesterday. This is the second test of the new PC. Please let me know if anyone spots any positive differences. I am aware that I need the light a bit lower down. Let's actually just lower the light and see if that makes an effect. I mean, that's more in my eyes, so that's a positive. Is it a positive? Let's see. It seems to be. It seems to have improved slightly. I need to work on more light. I need a second ring light. I need to go full hog on this and just get a second ring light. I need to be a pro. That's what I need. Be a pro. And I've read that. It's still on. Anand says, hopefully Women's Queen Crown does not get much more TV time as compared to last week. Do get much more TV time. Yes, Anand, I suspect the match between Carmella and Zelina Vega will get about as much time as the matches last week combined. However, the segment for Naomi and Sonya Deville should get considerably longer. I don't know what's happening with Sonya Deville at the minute. I'll be talking about that at Spoiler Warning, so if you'd like to know more, check out Spoiler Warning at Twitch. That's in fact... get that into the chat. For anyone who's not aware, I do stream Mondays and Fridays on Twitch for Spoiler Warning. And the beauty of Spoiler Warning is that that's the news show, so you can always check us out there and see what we're making happen. That is now pinned at the top of the channel. So there'll be a bit of news on that, but I do feel there'll be more women's time. The big thing really is that there'll be more women's matches. When it comes to Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, they will get a lot of time. A lot of time. Jermaine says, hi Tom, welcome Jermaine. How you doing, mate? He says, how are you feeling today? Are you having an awesome day? Honestly, I'm having a very good day. The temporary job that I got 3 months ago, they're making it permanent, which is good. It means I have a nice little bit of income. I got my first payment from the Twitch sports team today, because for those who don't know, Twitch is essentially working with me to maintain as much content on the sports side as possible, which is obviously a very good thing for them branching out of gaming. I've been paid to continue doing what I was already doing, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing, which is basically funded, along with the generosity of everyone on Twitch, this new PC that you're all benefiting from now. So I'm having a very good day, and I'm very, very excited for SmackDown versus Rampage. Is everybody else excited for that? For anyone who is just joining us, please do remember to click that like button. That little thumbs up can make a major difference to the algorithm, to the analytics, and basically guarantee me more viewership and gets me closer to full-time income a lot faster. I'm hoping to monetize by the end of the year. I don't know how possible it is, but that's what we're going for. Every thumbs up makes a difference. And of course, every subscriber does as well. So if you're new to the channel, by all means, please do click that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss a show. And you can jump in. This is an Ask Me Anything stream. You can lurk, you can chat, you can do whatever you would like. AK says, Zelina or Carmella, who is going to the final? I'm not sure. There's been a lot of change. As Fightful have reported, Liv Morgan was originally booked to win the match against Carmella. That was changed. With that change, I suspect Carmella will be going to the final in Saudi Arabia. I think the reason that change has happened is because Zelina Vega may have opted out. However, we're going to have to wait and see what actually happens in the match before we talk any more about that. Michael says, as regards Sonya Deville, she deleted her social media again, which is concerning. It is. It 100% is. She's under a lot of pressure right now. Just a lot of pressure. And I really hope that people are able to just leave her be, let her relax, and not put too much on her shoulders. Sonya Deville's someone with amazing talent that I really think can be top tier. We're talking your Charlotte Flair, we're talking your Becky Lynch. In less than a year, if she's booked right, which she would be because she forces them to book her right. This, hopefully, will not make a massive dint in her time, but unfortunately we can't guarantee it. Christoph says, congratulations having the job made permanent, getting the first Twitch payment. That's good news. It is, Christoph. I'm very transparent about my numbers. Firstly, thank you for that congratulation. I'm very transparent about what I do on Twitch, what I do on YouTube, how successful we are being and the like, and of course what we're actually managing to make from this, financially as it were. So the main reason I do that is to encourage other people to pick up the mantle. If you're interested in streaming, stream. I've been doing this for 9 months now. Doing this for 9 months. And I've done extremely well, thanks largely to the generosity of the people here. If it's something you're considering, come in. Talk to me. Let me know what you're thinking. Pardon me. I will give you any help and advice I can. Literally any. So just let me know. AK says, do you watch or know about cricket? As in the sport? I know about it. The English team are quite famous for cricket. I believe we invented it, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't watch cricket regularly, but I've caught it every now and then when it's on. I know you're a cricket fan, AK. Like you're an OG here, AK Ray. You're one of the first people to actually subscribe. OG AK. Anand says, congratulations for your Twitch payment. Thank you very much, Anand. More good days will come soon. I agree. I agree. I am seeing the numbers go up and up and up with every stream we do. I really appreciate that so many of you are regulars here. I really do appreciate that. And it makes a big difference long term for me. We're heading towards a career doing this. We really are. And you guys are making this happen. Jermaine says, I have a feeling that Liv Morgan will cost Carmella her match tonight. And I have a really good feeling that Doudrop will be going over Shayna this Monday. I don't see it. I think it's possible. Doudrop's certainly the biggest threat to Shayna. However, I think the story with Doudrop will be that if she doesn't have guidance, she'll start to fall by the wayside. I can see several people on the Raw side who could work with her. I see Doudrop becoming a tag team at some point with someone else. I don't know who that someone else will be. Maybe Alexa Bliss. Maybe that works. But at the moment, I am firmly behind the Shayna Baszler push. I reported it myself here on YouTube. For anyone who isn't aware, let me grab the video. For anyone who's not aware. That one. Just because it's one of those things that every now and then people will jump on and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. You can show them stuff like this, which basically makes it clear that, yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about. How do you copy a link? Okay, so for example, the Shayna Baszler news. It's only a 2-minute video. It's right there from 3 weeks ago, me stating that the push is coming. The push is here. The push is very much here. AK says, if you can have one wrestler's hair or haircut, who would you like? If I was built like Roman, I'd have Roman hair, but I'm not built like Roman. I'm built like a sad Pringle. That's basically all I've got. But, you know, I could always pull off the Miz's hair. That's not bad. I could be a genie. You watch me be a genie. Oh, by the way, we're going to do a charity single. That's a thing now. SmackDown tonight is advertising a lot. Usually in the SmackDown preview, you see 2, maybe 3 things. Not so today. Not so today. Not at all. So let's see what we've got. Please keep asking any questions that you have. This is an Ask Me Anything stream. You can jump in and ask me whatever you would like. I'm trying to create content which is fun and interesting, and a large part of doing that is being able to just have random questions on a whim that people enjoy asking. So please do consider it. The top headline for SmackDown tonight is the return of Brock Lesnar, who is racing through his appearances but was always booked to be coming in this one. I've got some news on Brock's actual schedule, his return schedule and his contract, but that will be saved for spoiler warning later on today. You'll be able to catch it on YouTube tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, yes. Same time, 6 p.m, same time all my news videos are released. If you're not watching the news videos, you're missing out, guys. You're missing out. So Brock Lesnar will return. That will likely be the opening of the show. And with this in mind, Brock and Roman will be basically ensuring that people stick around by weaving throughout the show as per the typical Roman Reigns style. But we'll be opening with Brock and with Roman and, of course, with Paul Heyman. The other headline, Becky Lynch, our current SmackDown Women's Champion, will be taking on the boss, Sasha Banks. It will not be a SmackDown Women's Championship match, and this is why I'm thinking if we're going to have a winner, it'll be Sasha Banks. This will be aired as the main event, and it will be commercial free because of that last half hour. I do believe the last 20 or 25 minutes will be dedicated to a pay-per-view quality match between these two. This is one that's going to be remembered for a long time. The production staff, hugely excited. Hugely excited. The production staff who put the matches together are very excited for what they're going to deliver. So check this out. In addition, Carmella will take on Zelina Vega in the semi-finals of the Queen's Crown tournament. Whoever wins this is going to lose in Saudi Arabia. It's that simple. The only people with a chance of winning that crown are Shayna Baszler, first and foremost, and Doudrop a little bit further down the row. Fun fact, by the way, in the WWE preview for SmackDown, all 5 of the advertised sections feature the phrase, with the last half hour commercial free on FS1. They're trying to get as many people to FS1 as possible. In the other semi-final for the King of the Ring, Finn Balor will take on Sami Zayn. This is likely the match that will be used in direct competition to Minoru Suzuki versus Bryan Danielson. WWE will not concede defeat for that segment. They will be keeping an eye on what AEW are doing, and they will be delivering this match in competition, or at least they think this will be in competition because they believe that the match between Bryan Danielson and Minoru Suzuki will main event on the YouTube buy-in. Expect fireworks and expect a victory for Finn Balor as he heads towards the King of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. Once again, I believe he will be picking up the win for this one. Finally, Naomi will be lining up against the returning to the ring Sonya Deville. I do not expect Sonya Deville to be actually returning to the ring. As such, this segment will likely take place right after Roman versus Brock, or at least their encounter. So after the first commercial break, I expect we're going to see the Naomi Sonya Deville segment because SmackDown and the WWE know it's probably going to disappoint people a little bit. That's kind of the plan. They're aiming to disappoint slightly, but at the same time, you've got to be careful about disappointing people a bit too much. Michael says, today they have more of an incentive to promote the whole show. They do, and they have stacked it high. They were going to stack it high anyway for FS1. For example, Brock Lesnar was always going to appear this week. That said, Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks, that wasn't guaranteed. We have seen Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair and a number of other women's main events recently, and of course a tag team match on Raw. But it's one of those situations whereby they needed something big just to round out the show. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks was that big one. Anan says, which surprise return are you expecting at the Rumble? I'm honestly not sure what surprise returns there are. I expect we're going to see Goldberg at the Royal Rumble. I really do. I think Goldberg might be winning a crown jewel. He is certainly the betting favourite. And I think it makes sense to have a finale between Bobby Lashley and Goldberg at WrestleMania. So I do feel that's what we're heading towards at the moment, and that's what we're going to get. So I think Goldberg will be a surprise appearance, but as surprise returns go, I'm not sure there are many people, because all the big older names have been snapped up by AEW. You can't have Christian appear again. He doesn't work for you anymore. You can't have Daniel Bryan. He doesn't work for you anymore. So I think it is more likely we're going to see wrestlers from NXT like Bron Breakker. Jermaine says, see, I thought something about Doudrop too, about her being in a tag team, but I think WWE might pair her up with Dana Brooke. Are they going to be on the same brand? I'm not sure. I think so. They're both on Raw now, aren't they? It certainly would be a good one for Dana Brooke. I don't think it'll necessarily be a good moment for Doudrop, but it could do favours for Dana Brooke and get her more TV time. I'd be happy about that, and I do think they need more women's tag teams. At least on Raw, you can have that division purely on Raw because you've got the extra hour. You can afford to have one extra division and just have more women on Raw. That makes sense to me. Jermaine says, I can see them replacing Sonya Deville with another female wrestler, someone new and up and coming like Xia Li to take on Naomi. Yes, I agree there. That's a good shout. Xia Li is definitely a good name that they plan to have landing firmly and going quickly to the top of at least the mid-card, top of the mid-card. This is a good way to do that. Don't get me wrong, I would love it if we're going Sonya Deville and Dakota Kai, just as a unit. That would be the start of a great faction. I don't see it. I think Xia Li makes a bit more sense. But let's have Xia Li, let's have Dakota Kai, let's have Sonya Deville. Let's just do it. Just do it, WWE. Do it. And so we have War. I want to read a quote now from Roman Reigns. But before doing that, if you haven't yet clicked like, please remember to hit that little thumbs up. It makes a massive difference. I can literally see a direct increase in viewers that comes from those likes. And with that increase in viewers comes an increase in subscribers. We are trying to grow here to a level at which I might be able to make a living doing this. Twitch has been very, very good financially, but YouTube so far, despite all the time I put into it, I have not made a penny on YouTube. I have not made 1 cent on YouTube. So when I do these streams, I'm doing them purely for you guys. There is no benefit to myself. So if you haven't clicked like yet, please do consider it. And I'm going to read this quote from Roman Reigns. Let's have a quick check. Where is it? Where is it? So I grabbed this and I tweeted it earlier. Roman Reigns said in an interview with Graham Matthews, I think it's Graham Matthews, of Bleacher Report, said, as regards AEW, I think because they are the new kids on the block, they're the cool kids in town, I guess, because of how premature and how novel it kind of still is. I think they're still being babied by these hardcore wrestling fans. Powerful words. Powerful words that make it very, very clear, very, very clear what side he's fighting for. And right now, the WWE and the WWE wrestlers have received instruction, go to town, squash them, take them on social media, everything required. A large part of this is because there's been reports recently stating that WWE don't want wrestlers engaging with AEW talent. That's not the case, and that will be proven. Michael says, how much do you think Vince loves Roman's comments and Sasha tweeting, it's clobbering time of a graphic of the match tonight? He loves it. He genuinely does. He lives for this. He wants this competition. He's glad that it's happening. He wants to take on the best, and this is the way to do it. So he absolutely lives for this. Plus, Sasha Banks, as I've mentioned many a time, Genuinely one of his favourite people in the goddamn world. In the goddamn world. So she can get away with murder anyway. And Michael says, KO was just engaging with Cody Rhodes yesterday. Yes, about a super kick, apparently. Or a kick of some sort that went a little bit wrong. Good times. Good times. Yeah, WWE have not issued that mandate. Just to be clear to everyone involved. Right. That is everything I had, and we have run out of questions. So, I'm going to say a big thank you to everyone who joined me. We're going to wrap it up here. I will be live in 3.5 hours on Twitch. So, twitch.tv/Tom Colohue for spoiler warning. Stick around on YouTube, check out a few of the videos here, and see if you like what we've been doing. We have just had ourselves a Crown Jewel preview and predictions that you can check out as well. In the meantime, I hope to see as many of you as possible later on Twitch for spoiler warning and for the watch party as well. I've been Tom Colohue. You've been fantastic, and I will see you all very soon.